Hello, welcome back. So we were discussing about the structure in nature. Well, we will continue from that. Well, the people who design the structure, they are called engineers or structural engineers. Well, structural engineers are also in the nature. Like you can see, there are some colony which is being made by the ants. So in this, you can see ant are the engineers. Similarly, you can see there are so many bird nets and nest they form for themselves. So bird are also the engineer. Similarly, the wild comb and some of the silk nest. Similarly, the termite colony. You must have seen such kind of structures in the field. So these are actually the engineers who are actually making the home for themselves. So there are so many engineers in the natures in the form of animals, and we can infer our expertise from these examples. And with that, if we try to understand the historical aspect of the structure, then we'll see there are so many example we can see in the human history also. And if we look at the oldest structure that human has made, then we can trace the example of this mammoth bone structure, which is 15,000 year old. Similarly, the structure, this one, Howick House, which is again built by men, and this is around 10,000 old. Then there are some traces of temples which are old as much as 3,000, 5 to 6,000 old years old. So if we look at some other monuments also, they are also being constructed, and they are, as I said, they are again very much stable. And most of the structures that are being built in this world, they are actually inferred from the references from the nature. Nowadays also there are so many, we can see so many variety of the structure. We can go from mud hut to the very advanced structures that are being built so far. Slums, we see them in most of the cities. Similarly, if you look at this bamboo bridge, this is actually a temporary structure which is being built in some of the part of the country. But nowadays also you can find these temporary structure in some of the part of the country. And if we look at the engineering marvel, you can see this is the largest, I mean the tallest building in the world, which is Burj Khalifa. And this is again a very big or very good example of engineering marvel. Similarly, the skyline of Mumbai, which consists of many high-rise construction, the bridge on the sea, which is again an example. So you can see there are different types of structures, but they have different elements and they have different application. For example, this bridge has function to serve the movement of the traffic. So based on that, it has different elements which is supporting it. Similarly, if we look at a building, it has different function. It may be a commercial building or maybe a residential building, and for that it has a different purpose, and because of that it has different elements. So with that it is connected or it is being constructed. So based on that, we have different types of structures. We can design different types of structure depending on the requirement, depending on the function. And beside this, structure nowadays has application in many domains. For example, you can see in the space science, there are structures which maneuver the rocket launching. Similarly, we have space stations. Now, space stations are designed such that they can again resist the external effect. Now, those external effect can be, say, this is the uh, this is basically for getting the sunlight so that it can charge. and the structure is again formed such that it can withstand some of the impact of space debris. Sometimes space debris may also affect this structure. So we designed this structure such that it can resist the space debris. Similarly, structure is also applicable in the application of robotics, and in shipbuilding the structure should be such that it can flow on over the sea. Similarly, in case of automobile industry, the structure of car or the frame of car should be such that it can withstand the impact or of the collision. Similarly, the structure of airplane is such that it can fly, or the shape of plane is such that it can fly in the sky, and also at the same time it can resist itself from the external effect, again with the atmospheric actions, and also it can carry the load. So the structure is again is in that manner. So the application of structural engineering is applicable in many domains, as you can see here, but nevertheless we will restrict ourselves to our own domain, which is the architecture, which is the structural engineering, civil engineering. So we will continue our discussion in the next part. I hope now you have a reasonable idea what structure is and how it is applicable in various domain. So we will continue. Thank you.